Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Warsim. For those of you joining me for the first time ever, my name is Sabouts, and for those of you who are returning to my channel for another series, I'd like to welcome you back. Warsim is a kingdom management game. It's done in ASCII, and it's mainly a text-based game, but it's a lot of fun. I've covered the game on my channel before in the past, probably 2 or so years ago. It's been a long time, and it was very highly requested for me to revisit the game. A lot of people have been asking me to come back to it for a long time now, and finally the developer reached out to me and informed me there'd been a lot of massive updates over the course of the last 2 years or so. And once I got into the game and played a few practice runs, I knew that it was a game I definitely needed to check out again, because so much has changed. There's a lot more you could do in the game, and a lot more to see, so definitely worth revisiting and checking it out. And it's a fun game overall, so it's definitely worth jumping in. We're going to go ahead and start a new game here. Like I said, I've already played a couple practice games here, plus the series I did 2 years ago, so I've got a little bit of knowledge on what we'll be experiencing. So here you decide what your world will look like. This choice completely shapes the game. Choosing random races pulls from tens of thousands of possible races to fill your world. Selecting races allows you to choose what type of the races will fill the world. A completely custom game allows you to change everything. Preset race packs pull random races from a specific set. So right here you can see you can go ahead and set up your world based off of what you want to play. We're going to go ahead and do a random world. Choose how long you wish the game to run for. I'm going to go ahead and do 50 years. Choose the music you would like to play during the game. We'll stick it to what I have because that seems to work well. Alright. Do you want to make your own name or have one randomly selected? I would like to make my own name. I will be Sabouts, the King of Aslona. Here you can set your difficulty setting. You've got casual, easy, normal, hard, solid, and then down there at the bottom we've got the kind of like bonus one, I guess, which is insane. For those of you who saw me play the game for the first time, in my first run there, I did insane difficulty, and there's been a lot of updates and changes, but obviously I'm a psychopath, so we're going to stick with insane. You are the ruler of Aslona, a town that was once the eye of the great kingdom, and now with barely a scrap of claim to the once great kingdom, you rest uneasy while the rebellion on your doorstep makes its final steps to defeating you, and the hordes of countless bandit warlords circle your lands, waiting to strike. The world is vast and complex. There is much to see and do, and little time to waste. From the fabled ancient lands to the blood-soaked arena, these lands call to be united under the flag of Aslona. So it's going to go ahead and generate our world. I do want to say, before we start out, that the game gives you a different start every time you play. I've played the game 5 times now, or played through it 5 times now, just practicing and trying to break the rust off from not playing for so long, and every single time I load it up, I got a different start. So essentially, becoming the King of Aslona, you become the king through different ways. You don't just get crowned the king. You got crowned the king because you've done something. So hopefully we get a good start. I gotta say, I've gotten a mix of good starts and bad starts. I'm really praying for a good start this time. The world is full of mystery and wonder. There are many people in this world. They are. So we've got men, scaly snotlings, the reaving elves, the sea draconians, the blighted ski rocks, the aquatic zombies. That's interesting. Goblins and demons. Alright, so out of this, the ones that never change are men, goblins, and demons, but the rest of the stuff is always completely random if you select the random start. The aquatic zombies is the most interesting I've probably seen. Alright, you were invited to the royal crowning ceremony. Let's go to the ceremony. You enter your throne room for the first time as the ruler of Aslona. Crowds of people gather to see their new king. As you take a moment to observe the room, the High General of Aslona approaches. Alright, I hope you are well, my lord. I shall crown you as the one true king of Aslona. You gained this title through a bet with the previous king, who is now poor and fortuneless. Though many have revolted against your crowning, we as noble servants of the crown must stand behind you. That's pretty funny, so that's a real interesting way to become king. I crown you as the king of Aslona. Long may you reign. Now you may wish to know the state of the realm. Aslona holds a single territory, the one we are currently stood in. Many are concerned we are one attack away from eradication. The kingdom's personal army consists of 13 peasants. Oh my god. The kingdom has a total of 2550 gold in its coffers, so times are hard. Also, 4219 additional gold in the bank. Thank God. That is the most gold I think I've ever started with. So we might be okay. Alright, so we can speak to the old Kroll. That's essentially a tutorial. We're just going to skip it. We don't have to worry about that. So, oh, no, we're going to skip, I said. Alright, and that puts us in the game here. So we have a total of 15 soldiers. We've got a public opinion of -12, which is probably the best I've seen yet. At one point I started with like -25. It was crazy. And that's the most gold I've seen. We got 2550 gold, but if we check the bank, we've got an additional almost 5,000 gold stored in the Royal Bank. Okay, I can make this game work. Some of the games that I did for practice runs, there was no way I was going to make them work. This one I could probably make work. So the very first thing we're going to start with is we're going to visit the throne room. And the reason for that is you can see down at the bottom it says, you are told that there are currently 12 people waiting to see you. So you can sit on your throne and you can basically try to listen to people's problems with the kingdom and maybe solve their problems, etc., etc. So we'll go ahead and send somebody in. A shady man arrives in your court and invites you to play a coin flip game. He tells you it will cost you 10 coins per play. He says, heads I win, tails you lose. Winner gets both bets. He has 90 gold to bet with, you have 2550. Oh man, force him to give you all his gold. So, heads I win, tails you lose. That's real funny. Basically, I lose every time. He has 90 gold to bet with, you have 2550. So I can let him leave, tell him to flip the coin. To the dungeons with him, force him to give you all his gold. Well, since he's trying to trick me, I'm going to make him give me all the gold. The man curses you for foiling his scam, plus 90 gold. He leaves with empty pockets. Nice. Alright, let's do another one here. You are visited by a traveler who asks to join your army because he's promised his father he would. Sure. Alright, thanks you and heads to the courtyard to receive his orders. So this is a really good way to get additional soldiers. You are visited by a traveling bard. He asks to show you the old clicking ways for a price of 765 gold. Yeah, no. And we're not going to we're not going to hire him to the staff. We don't have the gold. We don't have the gold right now. We have a lot of gold, but we don't have the gold to be hiring more staff members. So we're going to refuse to hear the song. You're visited by a traveling bard. Another one. Now we're going to refuse his too. It's the same guy. I don't know. You're visited by an old retired knight who wants to honor you with good deeds. Sure. We can allow him to quest. So he'll essentially quest in our name. I haven't figured out yet what that does, but I know that you can check in on the knights that are questing for you, so I'm assuming that eventually it can maybe give you some random events or something. Visited by an old farmer who claims to have come in possession of a magical fruit. He claims it can be fed to soldiers to make them stronger and asks for 10 gold for it. He calls it Blue Tree and claims it has come from a magical farm. Buy the fruit for 10 gold, seize the fruit, refuse. Sure, we'll buy it. The old farmer hands you the fruit and leaves. Alright. Why not, right? Magical fruit. There is like wizards and stuff in this game, so who knows? You're visited by a farmer who claims one of your soldiers called him an orc lover and claims that such an insult is due reparations. No, I ought to arrest you for this. You are visited by a man who claims to be a famous silk weaver. He looks into a big sack and pulls out what he says is a magical cloak. You can't see anything, but he assures you the cloak is very real and is invisible only to those who are incompetent or scheming. He says it's yours for 1,000 gold. Alright, Wells, I'm willing to buy a magical fruit for 10 gold. I'm not willing to buy a magical cloak for 1,000, even if it's real. You are visited by an old man. He asks if you could spare some coins as a stockpile of grain has rotted and he has no food. Sure, we'll give him some gold coins. This might raise our public opinion. I'm going to give him 100. I'm hoping it raises our public opinion. Yes. We got one public opinion. So that puts us at -11. We got to get that up higher. You're visited by a man who claims to be a knight. My king, I come seeking a quest worthy of me. Go ahead and quest. You are approached by a man who claims to be a messenger of Fëanor, leader of the bandit horde. He says Fëanor has been observing you and wishes to form a truce. Yes, we will accept the truce. Awesome, so we shouldn't have to worry about the bandits for a while. Visited by an old man who was collecting money for his village after their crops have failed. He seems desperate. Give him 75, give him 750. I'm not going to give him 750, that's a lot, but I'll give him 75. I bet 750 would give me public opinion, 75 probably won't. Yeah, I didn't think so, but if we paid the 750, we'd probably get one additional public opinion. But that would be a lot. We need to spend our gold on men. We need to get our army standing. If we're going to fight the rebels off, and the rebels are going to be the biggest problem for us in the beginning, then we need gold. And we need an army. Let's go ahead and explore the realm next. We are going to head west and see what we can find. You find a wandering group of 14 masterless peasants. Their leader steps forward and says he and his men will join you for no less than 16 gold each. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. 14 peasants for 224 gold. I'll take it. Awesome. We found the Monofort Mine. You come upon the Monofort Mine, which is currently held by a group of miners that claim to be the Harlaw Mining Company and kindly request you leave. So we can attack them. They only have 350 men. We could buy the mine for 35,000 gold, or we can demand a tribute. I can't buy the mine for 35,000 gold. We don't have the money, and I definitely can't attack them. But I'm going to try to demand a tribute and see what happens. The master of the mine arrives to greet you and hears your request. He agrees that from now on, you shall receive tribute from the mine as he does not want to cross a king, but he doesn't seem happy about the request. Awesome. So we'll get some money from them. That'll be handy. And we got one more chance to explore. A magic theater. You approach the magic theater, a strange place run by an eccentric mage. There are numerous performances you can watch for varying fees. I don't know if any of this does anything. The Decaying Demon performance probably does do something because it's so expensive. The other two probably don't. And you could buy the Magic Theater, but I don't know what that would give us. So I'm just going to hold off on all of that for now. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and recruit. We can't hire any knights, but we can get some militia and we can hire some soldiers. The militia are, let's see, offered 20 of his men for 24 gold. So we got those peasants for 16. They usually cost 24, so that was a pretty good deal. We can afford 20 of them. We're going to buy, we could buy all 20. It'd be 400, it'd be almost 500 something gold. I think I want to buy some soldiers too. Sure, let's just buy all 20 of them. 480 gold, okay. That gives me 50 men. We can hire some soldiers. 20 of his men at 50 gold per head. You can afford 20 of them. Currently have 2 soldiers. Let's just go ahead and buy 20 of them. 1,000 gold. We need to get as much, or at least as many soldiers as we can get. So that gives us 70 men. It's not going to be enough. We need at least double that to be able to start attacking the bandits and raiding them for money and land. Now, there is some other stuff we could do here. We could visit the throne room. Or, I'm sorry, we can do the change the laws of the lands, I mean. Taxes and subsidiaries. We could impose a land tax. It would just give us a little bit more gold each turn. But we do take a negative hit to opinion on that. So I think we'll hold off till we actually have additional land. It's 50 gold per land owned, and we only got 1 land right now. So maybe when we have like 10 lands, it'll be a little bit more worth it. I'd rather not take the negative of public opinion. The lower your public opinion, the more frequent the rebels seem to attack you, and the more likely troops and peasants are to abandon you for the rebel army. So we want to get that public opinion up as much as we can. Avoid doing anything that's going to keep it low. I really don't want to get attacked and lose my 70 men. I'm going to be so upset. Alright, let's take a look real quick at kingdom upgrades. So we can build certain buildings here, and we're going to want to do that. You consider what military building upgrades you could take. So there's certain things you could do. You could get militia recruitment signs. It's only 500 gold. You get more recruitments each turn. Or more recruits each turn. Recruitment signs get more recruits each turn. So you can start upgrading certain things so you can get like different recruits and all that. We do have some gold. What about guilds and order buildings? So we're a ways from getting any of that. Productivity buildings. 50% income from each harvest. Sturdy scythes and picks Forks. Okay, we're not going to be getting that. I don't think arena buildings. Yeah, it's all 10k. I'm just looking to see if there's anything cheaper. We can get a Goblin Hut. We get a 1 in 3 chance of a goblin joining you each turn. If we don't mind having goblins, it's only 150 gold. Income buildings. Okay, we get a trade post, which we're going to want at some point. Other buildings. None of these are really close. All right, let's get a recruitment building. Let's go ahead and get some goblins. 150 gold is nothing. And if we could start building, even if we're only getting 1 to 2 goblins here and there, anything that's going to help our army grow, because having a weak army is going to be what leads to our death. So anything that's going to help the army grow. I think I'm going to invest the 500 gold as well into recruitment signs. So let's go with number 6. All right. So we got 100 gold left. We'll sit on that and we'll end our turn. All right. We're going to launch no attacks ourselves. And a lone goblin joins you. So there we go. We got 169 gold in tributes for the Harlaw Mining Company. That's pretty good. Receive 471 gold from taxes. All right. Viper Dog Show's built an outpost. Your peasants earn you 14 gold from the harvest. Minor bandit groups make away with all 589 gold from you this season. Ouch. And we lost our diplomat. They quit because they weren't paid. But the general remains at our side. You cannot afford to pay your soldiers' wages and one of them deserts you. Yikes. We have no gold because it was all stolen. By bandits. That doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. So that really sucks. I guess we'll go ahead to the Royal Bank and we'll withdraw 1,000 gold. That way we can get some troops. And we don't have any diplomats now, so we don't have any diplomats, so we're gonna have to try and hire some, I guess. I thought the bandits we had a truce. My name is Koji the Gut Grinder. I once helped the kingdom convince their enemies to war with each other. I was born ready to work for you. I expect payment of 169 gold per season. That's a lot. Let's check out our next guy here. I am highly regarded by kings and queens of the realm for my work. I've been offered positions in many other courts. I need no pay. This person is a volunteer, meaning they will work for free. Okay. Wow, skill level 144 and they will work for 3. Is there even any point to look at the next person? He wants 207. You will pay me 207 gold. Yeah, I'm going to hire the guy that'll work for free. Hopefully that doesn't come around to bite me. Finero the Volunteer. Wow, what are the chances? Can we get a Spy Master that's free? I would love to serve you. You will pay me 212 gold per season. I am a Grand Master in the art of spying. If you don't hire me, I will start a rebellion. I expect payment of 249 gold per season. I'm not going to worry. I am sought after spy by many rulers. Please hire me. I'm very poor right now. I demand 160 gold, 2 gold. Nah. Okay, so if that guy doesn't hire him, maybe he'll start a rebellion, but maybe he won't. Who knows? And I don't think we need it. What's a court jester do? I don't think we need to look at court jesters, but we got an awesome diplomat. Let's go ahead and arrange diplomacy. The rebels. Bribe them. About the rebels. View the troop tree. Thought we had a truce. They've got a lot more men. Oh, that was the bandit. That was the rebels. I want to look at the bandits. Yeah, we do have a truce. Alright, well, let's just leave it. Your head scout appears before you. He has been scouring the lands to find the location of all of those who have deserted their banners. Knights 0, soldiers 1. Attack the known deserters, hire the deserters, bribe the deserters to disband. Let's hire them. The deserters accept your payment and join your ranks. We only got one guy, but for 10 gold. We're going to want to keep an eye on that then. Aslona Militia. Give the militia orders, check the militia stats, speak to the militia leader, build upgrades to the militia. Militia recruitment signs, militia council room, militia old weapon stash. What's the militia stats? Militia troop 6, militia realm, the realm of Aslona. Militia hire cost 24 gold per militiaman. Highly defensive. Militia will often help you defend. Recent recruits 6. Militia weapons, sticks, pitchforks, and old tools. How much money do I have? 990. I gotta use that to buy some more troops, so I can't do anything with the militias yet, but we'll keep it in mind. Do I want to, let's see, minor goblin clans. You need your own trade post to arrange a trade route. We can send gifts, request alliance. Alright, we're not gonna ally with any of them yet. Independent territories. We're at war with a bunch of them. Independent. The fabled tribe of Stroud, the masterdom of the blighted Scarox. Alright. Rich too. Okay, they're savages, so we can't do anything with them. What about the fabled tribe of Stroud? Okay, they're uncivil too. How about the faceless territory? They're also savage. Oh boy. Barony of Reaving Elves? Okay. Let's try and offer peace. Alright, we're not going to pay that. So, they're not going to take peace just yet. What about the sea? Yeah. Okay. We're going to have to work on improving relations, I guess. Could be a while. We probably won't be attacked from them anyways. Alright, 990 gold. Let's go ahead and recruit some more troops. Actually, before we do that, let's continue exploring. Let's go to the north now. We got the Slavers Fort. You arrive at the Slavers Fort. There are thousands of men here. Slaves and slavers. The army is a sight to behold, and nearby many merchants and lords are present and bargaining for the slaves to fill all manners of roles. So we could buy slaves, which can be risky. Sometimes the slaves will rise up and revolt against you. I think they only do that if there's like a certain amount of slaves to every soldier you have. Slaves can also be like deemed as a bad thing. Because they're slaves. If they want to buy some slave soldiers though, because we've got to do everything we can right now to keep us afloat. So they're 5 gold apiece. We'll take 10 of them. And then we'll explore north again. You wander aimlessly, and again, we found the black market. Okay, that's really loud. Alright, we're not going to deal with the black market right now. I've been to there before, and there's usually not a whole lot there. How about the throne room? Nobody waiting in the throne room. Alright, so we'll go ahead and leave it off here since we're out of time for this episode anyways, but that's the first episode of Warsim. There's going to be plenty more episodes coming along, so if you want to follow along and get updated on when new episodes drop, and this is your first time at my channel, please consider going down and hitting the subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. And if you enjoyed this, definitely feel free to leave a like, because that lets me know what kind of content you guys enjoy seeing. That being said, I want to thank you all for joining me. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you next time.